and brands want it to be simple. The higher the likelihood that your video will go viral. I can guarantee you this one because I have worked with so many brands. If you want to start making money from your social media and you don't know where to begin, you're in the right place. Today I'm going to give you 5 tips to help you get started if you have no idea where to start when it comes to getting paid on Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube. If you're new here, welcome. My name is Sierra. I am a full-time content creator influencer. I'm a law school graduate. I'm a former Miss Universe Canada. I'm a mom of 2. I love Disney, and I have been so fortunate to get paid for my content from brands like Earls, Uber Eats, Porsche, Sephora, Volkswagen, Samsung. If you've been here before, you've heard me say all of that, but I always feel like people need to hear this stuff to know that I know what I'm talking about. But I also like to share that all you have to do is head over to my TikTok, Instagram, or YouTube and see some of the brands that I have worked with. Why I also share that, and maybe you've heard me share this before, is that there are so many people out there giving tips and tricks and advice and selling courses, and they have never actually had experience in this field. It is such an amazing space because anyone can do it. Like, anyone can go out there and make money from social media. But I also believe that not just anyone can give advice. The best people to take advice from are those who have actually done it. They've actually lived it. They've actually negotiated with brands. They've actually worked on paid partnerships with these brands and know what to do, what to look out for, what not to do. So with all of that, let's get into the video. I'm shooting on my new camera today, so I'm a little bit nervous because I've worked with the same camera for 5 years. Okay, so number 1, learn basic editing. This is something that scares a lot of people, and I want you to know that it's not as scary as it seems. I personally edit in an app called Splice. It's a very basic app. You do have to pay for it, but I love it. I have used it now probably for 5 years, maybe even longer. Sometimes I will edit right in TikTok, right in Instagram Reels, right in YouTube Shorts. It really depends. I will say almost all of my brand partnerships, like probably 99%, I edit them in Splice. Why I do this is because you can get so particular and so refined in Splice. One of my fears, and this has happened to me before and maybe it's happened to you, is editing something in TikTok or Reels and then the app crashes and then you lose it. That is such a big fear because if you've edited videos before, you know how long it can take. Sometimes super easy, no problem. You add the text, you chop it up, it's all good, you add the audio. Other times it takes hours and hours and hours. Personally, I love Splice. I know a ton of people use CapCut. I did use CapCut actually quite a bit when I was working with a local business here, helping them with their social media because they really wanted to get on board with a lot of the trends. So they wanted those trends where there's like an overlay, a certain audio, and I found CapCut to be really easy to use in that sense. So this is also going to depend on the type of content that you're shooting, the style that you're shooting, what you're shooting. Again, I love using Splice, but you can also use the apps themselves. You can use CapCut, which is free. It really depends, but you need to learn basic editing. And I'm gonna tell you this, transitions are fun, transitions are cool. You're gonna see some incredible editing out there, but I keep it incredibly simple, and brands want it to be simple. They want your videos, they want your content to be clean and simple. You're gonna see some, amazing edited, whatever, that's kind of stuff, like the really high-end production quality is usually people who have some kind of background in video production. It's not someone like me who's like doing the everyday stuff. So don't get overwhelmed. Try to keep it simple. If you're using something like Splice, it's really something that you need to do in order to learn. Like, I could sit here and tell you, okay, cut here, cut there, do this, do that, but the basic is you've got to do it to be able to learn. Dive in, just try to edit some videos, splice them together, edit them up. I will give you one piece of advice, and that is to cut all unnecessary footage. Big gaps in talking, big pauses. Common thing that we hear is that if you don't capture someone's attention in the first 3 seconds, they are scrolling by, which is why hooks are so important these days, to really hook the attention of your viewer, try to draw them in, calls to action. But overall, entertaining content is going to get you viewers, it's going to get you followers, it's going to get you subscribers. What does entertaining mean? It doesn't just have to be funny, humorous content. It could be educational, it could be interesting, it could be travel, things that people are saving left and right. This is all gonna also come down to your niche and the style of content you're shooting. This tip has really dragged on, but the point is to learn basic editing, and the only way you're gonna learn it is by doing it. If you really have no idea where to start, you could just go onto YouTube and put how to edit in Splice, how to edit in CapCut. But honestly, I recommend just going into those apps, importing some videos, playing around, because that is really how you're going to learn, is experience. The next tip is to use trending audios and trending formats. This is something not everyone is going to agree with, but using trending audios, especially when it's early on in the trend, is going to help expose you to new audiences. And this is really important when you want to grow on a platform. The only way you're going to get new followers, besides people like telling people, is by going viral or getting just higher viewership, being exposed to a new audience. So if there is a trending audio, say on Instagram Reels, and it already has 200,000 uses, I mean, you're kind of late to the trend, but you may as well do it anyways. If you hop on that trend when there's 200 uses of that audio, 2,000, you have a higher likelihood of having more people view your video, because maybe that audio is starting to trend. You show up on the For You page on TikTok or on the Instagram Reel discovery page or whatever it's called these days. I feel like they're always changing all that stuff. The sooner you hop on a trend, whether it's a trend in terms of format, which we'll get to next, or a trending audio, the higher the likelihood that your video will go viral and that you'll be exposed to new audiences, which will then help you grow. The trending formats would be like a trending transition. So a really popular one that you probably saw would be a travel style video when people were in the airport and they would like hop over their phone, and then they would like go like this, like follow me, and then the other people would hop over the phone, and then the second part, or like the hop over, was into the destination, so at the airport, and then maybe they're at Disneyland or they're in Las Vegas or something like that. Another one that you see a lot of would be like the makeup transitions of like around the head or like around this way. So jumping on the trends early is going to really help you in terms of growth. Sometimes you may feel discouraged with this, and I will tell you from my own experience, specifically on TikTok, I for quite a while had such an extreme growth on TikTok, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I know what I'm doing, trending the right direction, you know, using trends, doing my own thing, like a mix of everything. And lately, okay, I don't know where I was at because the camera shut off, so let's move on to the next tip. Tip number 3 builds on tip number 2, and that is to remain authentic. So when you're doing your trends, when you're, you know, hopping on that trending audio, still remain authentic to you and your brand, and give credit where credit is due. If you were inspired by a very specific video, I always love to give credit, because you know what, I will see the same videos. I don't know what you guys think about this, but I will see trends, but it's really just people copying the other people's video with the same text, the same style of the video. To me, it's not really a trend, it's just copying what other people are doing. So maybe you'll disagree with me, and I totally respect that, but say there's a trending dance and you do the dance and you do it your own way. To me, that's one thing. But when you take someone's idea and you copy like scene for scene, same text, I don't know, to me, that's more of like plagiarism in the social media world. You can definitely disagree with me. I totally, you know, respect everyone's opinions. I just personally feel like there is a difference between a trend and someone quite literally copying the style of video, what's said, or what's on the screen. But you know what, maybe we'll leave that to a later video. We'll dive more into that later. The main point here is to remain authentic to you. When you remain authentic to who you are, what you like to share, brands are going to see that. I can guarantee you this one, because I have worked with so many brands, so many PR agencies. One of the number one things that they share with me is, we love working with you because you are authentic. I'm like, wow, I didn't know that was such a unique trend or something that made me stand out. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. And it really feels like a great compliment. But why I'm sharing that with you is because so many people try so hard to be what they think the brands want, what they think the PR agencies want. And I'm here to tell you that you are going to get farther in this industry, and you are going to have more longevity in this industry when you are yourself and you remain true to you and what you love to share. Yes, you can put your own twists on the trends, the trending audios, the style of videos that are out there, but remaining authentic to you is absolutely going to give you the most longevity in this space. And by that, I mean keep making money for a longer amount of time and keep increasing the income that you're making. You don't want to sell out. Next tip is to post consistently. This is something that I personally have actually battled with in the last couple of years because I have 2 young kids. There's no excuses, but I have gone through ups and downs, specifically with TikTok and YouTube, because I definitely did a huge rebrand with my YouTube. And what's kind of funny is you might be watching this video and new to my channel, and then you go to my channel and you also see this mix of Disney videos, but this is authentically who I am. I loved talking about social media and the business of social media, and I absolutely love going to Disneyland and traveling with my family. So I really have tried to tap into what I love to share. I share the business, but I also share the fun, and I share how the business can help you live and have the most fun that you've ever dreamed of in your life, because the business side can help support that. That probably makes sense. But my point being is that the point of this tip is to share posting consistently and how important that is. I shared, I think, where did I share this? It actually might have been in one of my courses actually. And I heard this somewhere, and so I wish I could give the credit. It wasn't exactly this, but it was something like this. It was something like, when you show up every single day to your favorite coffee shop, doors open, you go in, you get your latte and you get your croissant and you leave. One day you go to get your coffee and your croissant and the door is locked. There's no explanation, there's no one there. You're like, what? Where? You know, I want my latte, I want my croissant. Not saying that your social media needs to be the latte and the croissant, but once you start posting consistently and you have people showing up to your page, maybe they're getting the cooking tips, maybe they're getting Disney tips, maybe they just want some entertainment and some positivity in their day and you're the one providing it. All of a sudden when it's not there, or it's just kind of there like sporadically and randomly, they don't show up as consistently. Find a new coffee shop, they find a different creator that's maybe posting consistently. I'm not saying that this is the be all end all, because one of the negatives of social media is like, where do you draw the line of oversharing or having the boundaries cross into your family and personal life? People judge me all the time about sharing our family trips and sharing family, and they're like, you know, actually I don't think I overshare, but definitely, you know, people will judge everything that's out there. And so having those boundaries, but also being consistent and treating this like a business, I think that's what's so important that so many people forget, is they want to make money, they want this to be a job, but then they don't treat it like a business. They don't treat it like something like an actual job, like an actual business. And so if you want that consistent income, if you want to grow, if you want to grow your audience, you need to treat it like a business, you need to treat it like a job, a fun job, but you need to post consistently. That can mean different things to different people. For a long time, I was posting 3 to 5 videos a day on TikTok. I don't do that anymore. Sometimes I will post a few TikToks in one day or a few YouTube shorts in one day. It's not as frequent. It would definitely be more so when we're traveling and I just have a volume of content to share. But I've seen a lot of studies and a lot of things lately about volume, and that people want to see volume from you. It doesn't all have to be perfect, but they want to see and hear from you. If they love following you, they love your content, they want to see it. Posting consistently, I would say every single day. Every single day. Maybe you take Sundays off or something like that. That would be really common. You can also schedule your posts. So I schedule almost all of mine and my daughter's YouTube. It seems crazy to say that, but I will film, edit, and then schedule those videos. So for example, on Lily's channel, she has a video that's coming out tomorrow. So it's scheduled. So I've scheduled it. So it just gets posted. I don't have to actually go in and hit publish. It really depends though. Everyone is different. There's even apps that help you with the scheduling the posting. Point here, without going too crazy, is post consistently. And maybe for you, it's 3 to 4 times a week, but keep that consistent. So how do you actually start making money? When I first got started, I truly had no idea what I was doing, but I figured it out. I started reaching out to brands, they were reaching out to me, and I just started providing my rates. Here's what I charge. Some brands said absolutely, and then I realized I was charging too low. Other people would negotiate. It's going to also change with time, but nowadays you can make money from your content. So tagging a brand and it's a brand partnership, you're posting about them. You can make money from brand usage and whitelisting. I go very much into depth in that in my course, how to make money from social media. You can make money from Google AdSense, which would be like here on YouTube. So you get paid for views, like the ads that show up, you get paid from those ads when they show up on your video. You could get paid from collabs, which would be collabing with a brand to maybe come up with a product or something, and they pay for your name being associated with that product or with whatever it is that you're collabing on. Some people will interchangeably use the word partnership and collaboration. I like to say brand partnerships or brand deal, and then a collaboration is when you like work together on a product. You can look at this all so many different ways. There's no rules in this space, which is good and bad. You can make money from courses, which I have a couple of courses, my now three main ones, which is fun to say, how to make money from social media, your hottest self in 7 steps, and my latest one, which is actually in pre-sale right now. I don't know when you're watching this video, but my newest course is social media for business, for entrepreneurs, business owners, and social media managers. It is in the pre-sale right now for $297, and that is until Friday, February 7th. I'll put the link below. And then the launch price is going to be $497. And the final price of the course, for what I can see right now, is going to be $997. So my point being is that you can make money from courses. There are people who are making hundreds of thousands of dollars. I'm not quite there yet because I don't post about them that consistently, but I'll tell you this, my how to make money from social media course literally tells you every single thing that you need to know, from how much to charge for your, like how much audience that you have, how much to charge for content if you want to be a UGC creator, how much to charge for brand usage and whitelisting, which is huge. If you don't know what I'm talking about, you could be charging. Sadly, things are not going well with this new camera. It has said it's overheating twice, which has like literally never happened to me. I don't know what's going on. Literally minus 30 degrees Celsius outside, so there's no way it's overheating. Anyways, I don't even remember where we're at, but if you want to get started getting paid by brands, you are going to want to tag brands on social so that they see your content and potentially want to work with you, because them reposting or them like being exposed to you organically is one of the best ways to get exposed to these brands. I also always recommend, if a brand reaches out to you, especially if you're a new creator, and I still do this as well, if they reach out to you about a product, they want to send you product in exchange for something, it's up to you to say yes or no. But I recommend, if you're just getting started, this could be free exposure. Maybe you don't want to agree to it actually being exchange, like payment. Maybe you'll say, hey, if you gift this to me and I have no obligation to post, you know, I may still post about it, whatever, just because now you are supposed to claim product as income. So really, this is a decision that you'll have to make and talk to your accountant or do your own research. I don't want to give advice specifically on what, you know, what I'm trying to say. But if you post organically about a business, about a brand, about a product, it may turn into a paid partnership. This still happens to me. You've probably heard me share it in other videos. If you've seen my other videos, maybe you've even taken my course. There have been so many times that I've tagged a brand, or I've done a video for free, or I've just like accepted product or something, or a free gift, or you know, whatever it is. A recent time we did something with DoorDash, and I just shared like a PR package, and then it turned into a paid partnership. That was so much fun. You just never know. And if you really want to reach out to a brand, do it. Reach out to them on Instagram DMs. Try to find an email source of someone that you can connect with. But make sure that when they head over to your Instagram, to your TikTok, to your YouTube, whatever platform you want to work with them on, make sure that when they head to that platform, you are presenting yourself in a way that they are going to want to work with you. I shared this in my last video. Your social media page, TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, is your resume. That is how they're gonna see if they like your content and want to work with you. You can't just say, oh, I'm just getting started. How are they gonna know what kind of content you produce? You know what I'm saying? So make sure there is high quality, engaging content that is going to make them just give you that check mark that they want to work with you. And because you showed up to this video, you stayed till this point, I know you're interested, I know you want to make money from your content. So I have a special code for my subscribers. You have to hit the subscribe button, and then if you use the code YouTube for my how to make money from social media course, you get a huge discount. It's only available for YouTube subscribers, so check that out. Click the link, you can read more about the course. But if you are taking this seriously, if you want to know how you can make $5,000 from a brand partnership instead of $1,000 just from brand usage and whitelisting, you're gonna learn every single thing that you need to know in my course. How do I know? Because I've done it. I do it every single day. This is my job. And so I want to help get you there too, because this is really accessible for anyone. Anyone who wants to learn and wants to put in the time can make money from content, can make money from social media, and it can be so much fun. So make sure you use that code YouTube, make sure you hit subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video, or see you in the course.